There are between 100 billion and 200 billion galaxies in the universe. You can be sure that there are some very bizarre out there given the size of the numbers. There are galaxies that resemble jellyfish, galaxies that eat other galaxies, and galaxies that appear to lack the dark matter that permeates the rest of the universe beyond our Milky Way. Here are our top 10 of the most unusual galaxies in the universe. Number 1. Ghost Galaxy. Although the enormous disc-shaped galaxy, max 2,129-1, rotates twice as quickly as the Milky Way, it is still not quite as active as our own galaxy. The far-off galaxy, as seen by Hubble, hasn't produced stars in about 10 billion years. Stars no longer form in this galaxy, which is why it is referred to as a dead galaxy. It was puzzling to find out about this galaxy. Scientists once thought that galaxies of this type originated over time by merging with smaller galaxies, but max 2129-1 stars didn't form through these kinds of violent mergers. Instead, they formed early on in the galaxy's disk. The results imply that dying galaxies do not change shape as a result of merging with other galaxies, but rather undergo some internal structural rearrangement as they age. Number 2. Cannibal Galaxy. Even more sinister than ghost galaxies are certain galaxies that feast on one another. According to 2019 research, the Andromeda Galaxy, Earth's nearest neighbor, has been consuming smaller galaxies for at least 10 billion years. The Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda Galaxy will collide in 4.5 billion years, but it's not yet known who will eat whom in that cosmic pileup. Unfortunately, Earthlings will not be here to witness this conflict because our own sun is heating up and will probably make life on Earth impossible between 1 billion and 5 billion years from now. Number 3. Brilliant Thief. If it isn't already clear, galaxies frequently interact with one another, reshaping their neighbors, stealing stars, and engaging in other mischief. One of these thieves is the known brightest galaxy in the cosmos. Scientists said that they had seen the galaxy W2246-0526 absorb half the mass of 3 neighboring galaxies. Astronomers were able to observe streamers of mass connecting the galaxies, at least as they were doing that more than 12 billion years ago, when the light began its travel toward Earth. The sighting is the sole known instance of a galaxy siphoning off more than one neighbor at a time and the farthest direct snapshot of galactic cannibalism. Number 4. Stunning Pinwheel. The Milky Way-like Messier 83 spiral galaxy has a big, attractive bar-shaped core. It is located in the constellation Hydra, 15 million light-years distant. In a few aspects, Messier 83 is strange. First, the galaxy's center looks to have 2 nuclei, which might be the result of 2 supermassive black holes holding it together, or possibly of an asymmetric disk of stars surrounding the central black hole. Second, a lot of supernova explosions have been placed in Messier 83. 6 of these star explosions, as well as the remains of 300 others, have been directly detected by astronomers in the galaxy. Only the galaxy NGC 6946 has produced more observed supernovas, with 9, putting Messier 83 in second position for supernova production. Number 5. The Blooming Galaxy. Galaxy ESO 381-12 appears to bloom against the blackness of space. This galaxy is located in the constellation Centaurus, 270 million light-years away. It is a lenticular galaxy, a cross between the Milky Way-style spiral galaxy and an elongated elliptical galaxy. However, the irregular, petal-like blooms that ghost outward from the main galactic body are what make this galaxy so peculiar. These formations, as well as the star clusters that orbit at the outskirts of the galaxy, are the subject of much debate among astronomers. The blooms could be shock waves from a very recent galactic collision that gave the galaxy fresh star formation fuel. Number 6. Unlucky Little Cub. Little Cub, which is located in the constellation Ursa Major, has one of the prettiest names in galaxy history. Since this dwarf galaxy has been mainly quiescent since the Big Bang, it may contain molecules that haven't changed much in the 13.7 billion years since the universe began expanding quickly. Little Cub 2 has no hope. Its larger neighbor, the Milky Way-like galaxy NGC 3359, is consuming it. However, the chance to observe NGC 3359 strip Little Cub of its star-forming gases is important for science because it may allow astronomers to analyze the traces of those molecules from the early universe before they vanish. Number 7. AllSeeing Eye. Ever had a sense of being watched? The spiral galaxy IC 2163's disk resembles a huge eye that is looking out into space. This eye-shaped structure was created when IC 2163 brushed across NGC 2207, another spiral galaxy. It is essentially a massive flood of stars and dust. Only a few tens of millions of years have passed since these ocular characteristics evolved. The scientists discovered that the gases of the eye feature rush at 62 miles per second toward the center of IC 2163 before colliding and slowing down as they approach the galactic core. The gas builds up and compresses as a result of the deceleration, which may pave the way for the birth of new stars. Number 8. Dwarf. The keen eyes of an amateur astronomer studying archived data in 2022 led to the discovery of a strange ultrafaint dwarf galaxy on the outer edges of the Andromeda Galaxy. The measurements showed that the galaxy appears to be severely low in heavy elements when compared to similar dwarf galaxies, indicating that it is very old and perhaps a remnant of the very first galaxies in the universe. The first galaxies that formed are thought to have left behind only the faintest galaxies, and these galactic remnants hold information on how the earliest stars were created. Although astronomers anticipate finding many more dim galaxies like this one throughout the universe, they have not yet found nearly as many as their theories suggest. This galaxy appears very old and metal-poor when compared to the other dim galaxies in the Andromeda region, indicating that its star production ended quite early indeed. We might learn more about how galaxies originate and whether our knowledge of dark matter is accurate from this little fossil galaxy from the early universe. Number 9. No dark matter. A galaxy with nearly little dark matter was discovered by the Hubble Space Telescope in 2018. This revelation instantly caused concern. A mystery type of stuff known as dark matter interacts with gravity but not with light. It makes up more of the universe's total mass than the visible matter, thus discovering a galaxy devoid of it was, to put it mildly, puzzling. A year later, researchers claim they solved the mystery. The galaxy, NGC 1052 DF2, was not 65 million light-years away as previously thought. The distance is actually only 42 million light-years. The predictions for the galaxy's mass are radically changed by this variation in distance. After all, it appears to be a rather typical galaxy, and the cosmos makes sense once more. The researchers utilized a lot more Hubble exposures later in 2021 to more precisely determine the distance to the sneaky galaxy and to confirm their findings. They claimed that the latest Hubble findings support their claims that DF2 is not only significantly farther away from Earth than they initially thought, but also farther away than some astronomers have suggested. Instead of 42 million light-years, the revised distance estimate for DF2 is 72 million. This puts the galaxy outside of the original Hubble 2018 range. So, the reason DF2's dark matter is missing remains a mystery. Number 10. Our sweet home. Even though it's our home, the Milky Way, it's yet strange. What has been discovered is that the Milky Way has been stealing galaxies from its companions. Astronomers found that the massive Magellanic Cloud, a galaxy roughly 163,000 light-years from our own, used to be orbited by two large galaxies, known as Carina and Fornax, and four dwarf galaxies. Currently, the Milky Way's orbit includes all 6 of these galaxies. The large Magellanic Cloud is also stranger than thought, according to the study. Numerous tiny dwarf galaxies are present in it, some of which are so faint that they just contain dark matter and no stars.